Book of Rules. Book of Rules. Hmm. Thanks. If old truths are to retain their hold on men's minds, they must be restated in the language and concepts of successive generations. What at one time are their most effective expressions gradually become so worn with use that they cease to carry a definite meaning. The underlying ideas may be as valid as ever, but the words, even when they refer to problems that are still with us, no longer convey the same conviction. The arguments do not move in a context familiar to us, and they rarely give us direct answers to the question we're asking. The Book of Rules by the Heptones. We never get tired of listening to this one. And before that, The Constitution of Liberty by Frederick A. Hayek. Good afternoon to you listening to us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we continue to exist in the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, and the Decade of Action for Road Safety. It's also the International Decade of Languages. It's the 28th day of the 5th month of 2024. And we're being reminded by the American Hospital Association and affiliated American health organizations that May is still Mental Health Awareness Month, Stroke Awareness Month, Arthritis Awareness Month, Better Hearing and Speech Month, Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month, Global Employee Health and Fitness Month, Healthy Vision Month, Hepatitis Awareness Month, Melanoma Skin Cancer Detection and Prevention Month, Asthma and Allergy Awareness Month, Celiac Disease Awareness Month, High Blood Pressure Education Month, Osteoporosis Awareness and Prevention Month, Physical Fitness and Sports Month, Teen Pregnancy Prevention Month, and Older Americans Month. The month of May is being observed here in Jamaica as National Exporters Month, Child Month, Education Month, and Lupus Awareness Month. It's National Flag Day in the Philippines. The overthrow of the Derg regime is being commemorated in Ethiopia. It's Republic Day in Azerbaijan. The restoration of Armenia's statehood day is being marked in Armenia. It's Reconciliation Week in Australia. And No Diso Shensai in Zoroastrianism. It's another bit for you in terms of this particular day, according to the National Council on Skin Cancer Prevention. The day has been declared to encourage sun safety. So they call it, when it falls on a Friday, they refer to it as Don't Fry Day, to encourage sun safety awareness and to remind everyone to protect their skin while enjoying the outdoors. And those of us who have been on the outdoors in the streets and experiencing some of this sweltering heat, we can quite understand why that is in fact so. But of course, we can ensure that the necessary safety decisions are made and not see it, not take it for granted. So let's get on with it. As we say, it is Tuesday, the 28th of May, 2024, and we greet you well wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome. So there's been a lot of talk about the Constitution. So let's talk about the Constitution. Constitutional reform, the framework, the constitutional framework under the Jamaica Constitution Order in Council of 1962, by which the island achieved independence from the United Kingdom. Jamaica is a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary system of government. Citizens at least 18 years of age are eligible to vote. Jamaica has had universal suffrage since 1944. Certainly, Jamaica's constitution is the crucial document that outlines the fundamental principles and framework for governance in the country. When we come back from the break, we'll look at some key points from the Jamaican Constitution. So, what are the principles of the Constitution of Jamaica? Let's take a look at the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms, Constitutional Amendment Act of 2011. The influence of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights has been substantial. Its principles have been incorporated into constitutions of countries in the United Nations, including Jamaica, making it constitutional law. Rights that you are entitled to under the Constitution of Jamaica, the simplified version: the right to life, liberty, and security of person, except in the execution of the sentence of a court in respect of a criminal offense of which the person has been convicted. The right to freedom of thought, conscience, belief, and observance of political doctrines. The right to freedom of expression. The right to seek, receive, distribute, or disseminate information, opinions, and ideas through any media. The right to peaceful assembly and association. The right to freedom of movement, that is to say, the right, one, of every citizen of Jamaica to enter Jamaica, and two, of every person lawfully in Jamaica to move around freely throughout Jamaica, to reside in any part of Jamaica, and to leave Jamaica. The right to equality before the law. The right to equitable and human treatment by any public authority in the exercise of any function. The right to freedom from discrimination on the ground of one, being male or female, two, race, place of origin, class, color, religion, political opinions. The right to everyone to one, protection from search of the person and property, two, respect for protection of private and family life and the privacy of the home, and three, protection of other property and of communication. The right of every child to be protected by virtue of being a minor, part of a family, society, and the state. The right of every child who is a citizen of Jamaica to public educational institution at the pre-primary and primary levels. The right to enjoy a healthy and productive environment free from the threat of injury or damage from environmental abuse and degradation of the ecological heritage. The right of every citizen of Jamaica to be registered to vote. The right of every citizen of Jamaica who is so registered to vote in free and fair elections. The right of every citizen of Jamaica to be guaranteed a passport and not to be detained or deprived except by due process of the law. The right to protection from torture or inhuman or degrading punishment or other treatment. The right to freedom of the person, the protection of property rights, the right to due process, the right to freedom, religion. That's the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms, Constitutional Amendment Act 2011. So that's a very, very important part of the Constitution. And let's take a look now at another area of the Constitution. Let's give you a little bit more. So the Prime Minister, who is head of government, is appointed by the leading political party from its parliamentary members. Most people know about this part. It's usually wide open and easy to understand. The British monarch, who is titular head of state, meaning it's more ceremonial than executive. When you see the word titular, Titular. So the British monarch, who is titular head of state, follows the Prime Minister's recommendation in appointing a Jamaican Governor General who has largely ceremonial powers. The principal policymaking body is the Cabinet, which consists of the Prime Minister and at least 11 other ministers. The bicameral parliament, and by there should give you a hint in reference to the number 2, the bicameral parliament, so you have the lower house and the upper house. The bicameral parliament consists of the House of Representatives and the Senate. The House has 63 members who are directly elected. The Speaker and Deputy Speaker are elected by the House from its members. The Senate has 21 members who are appointed by the Governor General, 13 in accordance with the advice of the Prime Minister, and 8 on the advice of the leader of the opposition party. Senators are appointed for the duration of a single parliamentary term. The President and Deputy President of the Senate are elected by its members. General elections must be held at least once every 5 years, and the governing party may choose to hold early elections. All right, let's talk about justice now. The legal system is based on English common law. The highest court in the Jamaican legal system is the Court of Appeals. That court hears appeals from the resident magistrates' courts, which include the family courts, the Kingston Traffic Court, juvenile courts, and a division of the gun court. The Court of Appeals also handles appeals from the Supreme Court, the country's highest trial court. The Governor General, on the advice of a Jamaican Privy Council, and this one is going to take some time in terms of the work that will need to go into making the decision, the ultimate choice, as to whether we are going to be still resting on the Privy Council or we'll be going with the Caribbean Court of Justice, or who knows what else is likely to come out of this. So the Governor General, on the advice of a Jamaican Prime Minister, of Jamaican Privy Council, may grant clemency in cases involving the death penalty. Occasionally, such cases are referred to the Privy Council of the United Kingdom. So here we go. So we're still connected there. And it remains to be seen how this will all unravel. According to human rights organizations, The judicial system is overburdened with long delays before trials and with prison conditions characterized by overcrowding, insufficient food supplies and funding, and occasional brutality. So, this is from the Britannica. That's the source of the data. They're having used their access to assess the state of affairs as far as Jamaica's justice system is concerned. And that alone could set off debates and discussions when people look at what is and what used to be or otherwise. So the the Governor General, on the advice of a Jamaican Privy Council, may grant clemency in cases involving the death penalty. Occasionally, such cases are referred to the Privy Council, and we went through that bit already. Now, we had local government elections recently, and some people are still trying to understand what happened. The island is divided into 14 parishes, two of which are amalgamated as the Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation, generally corresponding to the Kingston metropolitan area. Parish councils, whose members are directly elected, administer the other parishes. The capitals of some parishes have elected mayors. Jamaica is also traditionally divided into three counties: Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey. Now, to look at the political process itself, the two main political parties are the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, and the People's National Party, PNP, and between them, they have dominated legislative elections since the country's independence, to the virtual exclusion of any third party. The adversarial nature of Jamaican politics conceals broad agreement on constitutionalism, public education, and social welfare. The PNP, founded in 1938 as a democratic socialist party, leans more to the left than the more centrist and conservative JLP. Ethnic minorities, such as the descendants of Indian and Chinese immigrants, have participated in politics at the highest levels. Women have served with distinction in the House of Representatives, Senate, and Cabinet, although men still predominate numerically. In 2006, Portia Simpson Miller became the first female president of the PNP and the first woman to serve as prime minister. Security of Jamaica, and we're going to a break in a moment and coming back to security of Jamaica. Violent crime is a major problem here in Jamaica, as we all know, at home and abroad. For years, many national and local elections were marred by violence and fraud. However, political violence diminished in the late 20th century. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is primarily responsible for internal security. In the event of major disturbances or natural disasters, it is supplemented by the Jamaica Defense Force. More in a moment.
Tomorrow morning 6 o'clock for a live broadcast of both sides of the story from 2 to 5 p.m. and come see agricultural displays, farmers market, displays for the private and public companies, admission free. This broadcast is brought to you by Agro, Rose, whose agent is not fertilizer, market, Food Agriventure, Carbon Chemicals Jamaica Limited, and National Irrigation Commission, NIC. That's a broadcast of both sides of the story from the Sundance Agri Fest, Friday, May 31 at the SBC Complex in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, from 2 to 5 p.m. right here at Power 165.
So, just for reinstatement, the Jamaica Constitution 1962 is the most fundamental legal document in the country, guaranteeing the freedom, rights, and privileges of every Jamaican citizen. The Constitution reflects the country's independence as a nation state, and to this day remains the cornerstone of the island's legal systems and institutions. The Constitution took effect August 6, 1962, when Jamaica gained political independence from Britain after more than 300 years of British colonial rule. While being the first constitution for the politically independent nation, it was not the first legal framework for the island. Following emancipation in 1834, Black Jamaicans struggled against the harsh realities of being a colony of Britain, and their dissent grew louder in the 1930s. In 1938, a royal commission was appointed to investigate the working conditions as well as other political and social conditions that were affecting the society. The investigations and reports led to the crafting and adoption of a new constitution on November 20th, 1944. Let's back up a bit. So in 1938, a royal commission was appointed to investigate the working conditions as well as other political and social conditions that were affecting the society. So some things went out of shape and became, in some respects, perhaps helter-skelter. And the investigations and reports of all of that was happening led to the crafting and adoption of a new constitution. So it would appear that in times of trouble and change and related matters, people would let their voices be heard and would be a part of the push for some kind of change. And here are a couple of examples. So following emancipation in 1834, Black Jamaicans struggled against the harsh realities of being a colony of Britain, and their dissent grew louder in the 1930s. They weren't satisfied. The Jamaicans at the time were not satisfied in the 1930s. As a corollary to that, in 1938, a royal commission was appointed to investigate the working conditions as well as other political and social conditions that were affecting the society. The investigations and reports led to the crafting. See, work was done. The investigations and the reports led to the crafting and adoption of a new constitution on November 20th, 1944. And that remains a significant year in our history. That's the year of universal adult suffrage, the right to vote, universal adult suffrage in Jamaica. So the investigations and reports led to the crafting and adoption of a new constitution on November 20th, 1944, which ensured universal franchise. Same thing as what we said a while ago, universal adult suffrage. Ensured universal franchise for all Jamaicans, regardless of race and class. So we're taking you through from 1834 to the 1930s, 1938, 1944. So by the 1950s, there was a growing urgency and push for political independence, as well as a burst of nascent nationalism across the British Caribbean territories. The turning point came on the 3rd of January. These are some significant milestones. The turning point came on January 3, 1958, when Jamaica and 9 other British West Indian colonies entered into an internal self-governing federal state with the goal of gaining independence. The West Indian Federation was born, but Jamaica withdrew its membership in September 1961 when, by the referendum, and this was the referendum, should Jamaica remain in the West Indies Federation? Should Jamaica remain in the West Indies Federation? This was the referendum of September 1961. The question was, should Jamaica remain in the West Indies Federation? The people voted that Jamaica leave the Federation. That was the vote at the time. We'll see if we are still around by the time there's another change having to do with the state of Jamaica. But this was 1961. Afterwards, Jamaica began to push for its own independence. And from October 1961 through to January 1962, a joint committee of the House of Representatives and the Legislative Council worked to draft the Jamaican Constitution. It was approved by the United Kingdom and included as the second schedule of the Jamaica Constitution Order in Council, 1962, under the West Indies Act of 1962. The Constitution came into force with the Jamaica Independence Act 1962, which granted Jamaica political independence. The Constitution also outlines the procedures for amendments to its provisions in cases where the provision under question is not of significant national importance. Amendments can be approved with a majority decision in both houses of Parliament if the provision is considered to be of significant importance. Then the amendment has to be approved by 2/3 of all the members in both houses of Parliament. So there are different sections: the interpretation and effect, citizenship, fundamental rights and freedoms, which we went through earlier on, the Governor General, Parliament, executive powers, the, judicature, finance, the public service, and there's the miscellaneous information as well. So, the architects of the Constitution, let's take a look. The foundation of the political landscape of Jamaica has been shaped by many Jamaicans, and in particular, our national heroes whose work provided the philosophical basis for an independent society. From as early as 1932, the Right Excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey made the first definitive call for self governance and shared his vision for what he called the new Jamaican. In the debut editorial of his publication of the same name, Garvey explained his dream for Jamaica. We want the spirit of national comradeship. Let us unite to accomplish this, and Jamaica shall indeed become a better place for all, or for all of us, as is written here. Garvey's vision of self governance was captured and made a reality by the founding fathers, the Right Excellent Norman Manley, who had a passion for equity and justice, and the Right Excellent Sir Alexander Bustamante, Jamaica's first Prime Minister, who was a staunch advocate for workers' rights. The philosophies of these national heroes and the many who worked alongside them helped to shape the Constitution. The legacy of the Jamaican Constitution was drafted by the members of the Bipartisan Committee of Parliament, the Joint Independence Constitution Committee. Their work ensured that the Constitution would be the bastion to ensure equality and justice for every citizen of the nation. For their contribution to the Constitution and other areas of national development, the 17 parliamentarians have been conferred various national honors and awards. The team who served with distinction includes 1 woman and 16 men, some of whom went on to serve as governors general and prime ministers of Jamaica. The Honorable Vernon Arnett, OJ, that's why we have a place called Arnett Gardens. One moment, please.
agricultural construction or industrial equipment and spare parts, look no further than Mepex Jamaica, the premier supplier of agricultural construction and industrial machinery in the Caribbean, and the sole authorized distributor of Case Construction, Case IH equipment, unit parts to forklifts and parts in Jamaica. For Mepex Jamaica, your machinery and equipment people at 603-3333 or visit Hanbury Road, Manchester, online, mapexjamaica.com. Mepex, service and reliability redefined. Have a business idea? Need training in agro-processing or personal care? Looking for manufacturing space? Scientific Research Council, SRC, will help you take your ideas or business to the next level. SRC is committed to empowering you with quality, scientific, and technical solutions that include services such as product development, manufacturing, analytical testing, nutritional analysis, battery layout, and much more. Call 876-927-1771 or visit us online at www.src.gov.jm. SRC, making science and technology work for you.
So, looking at the architects of the Constitution, that's where we are. Since that's a hot button subject right now and has been for a few weeks, the Honorable Vernon Arnett, OJ, gained national notoriety during the early 1930s as director of City Printery Limited, publishers of the Public Opinion newspaper, which highlighted the social ills facing the working class. Arnett, a member of the People's National Party, PNP, was elected to the House of Representatives in 1959, representing the St. Andrew Central constituency. He acted as Minister of Finance from 1959 to 1962. And there was as well Sir Neville Noel Ashenheim. But before we get there, the Right Excellent Sir Alexander Bustamante, GBE. National hero, the Right Excellent Sir Alexander Bustamante rose to national prominence in the early 1930s after writing several scathing letters published in the Daily Gleaner, highlighting the harsh social conditions facing Jamaica's working class. After agitating on behalf of low-income worker groups across the island for several years, Bustamante in 1938 formed the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union, organizing his labor supporters into a unified advocacy group. In 1943, he formed the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, laying the foundation for the two-party system in Jamaica. Bustamante was part of the bipartisan Joint Select Committee that drafted the Jamaican Constitution, as well as the government delegation that negotiated the terms of Jamaica's political independence with the British government in 1962. Bustamante became independent Jamaica's first prime minister after the 1962 general elections and served until 1967, when he retired from public service. And then there's Sir Neville Noel Ashenheim, CBE. Sir Neville Noel Ashenheim was a successful entrepreneur who also gave dedicated service to the public sector. Ashenheim was a member of the Legislative Council from 1959 to 1962. He was appointed Minister without Portfolio and Jamaica's first ambassador to the United States during the Jamaica Labour Party administration of 1962 to 1967. He was reappointed a minister without portfolio and leader of government business in the Senate from 1967 to 1972. During his lifetime, Ashenheim had affiliations with numerous successful local enterprises, including the Gleaner Company, Chemical Industries Limited, Blinds and Furnishings Limited, and Fred L. Myers and Son Limited. He was knighted on January 1, 1963, by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. So we're going to put a pause there for the time being, uh, as we've been sharing with you from the publication, The Architects of the Jamaican Constitution, 1962. What do you think? Feel free to give us a call, 876 922 4112-5, 876 922 4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876 365 3346, 876 365 3346. And let's check in with the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876 365 3346. And let's see what we have here. This one says, Mr. Malcolm, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. This is my first time communicating with your program, with so many diverse topics up for discussion. Hopefully it will not be the last. Sir, I remember distinctly the Constitution discussions impacting the JLP about a decade ago. Then I said the Jamaican Constitution provides us with the guidance to rule. Today, the same document should provide us with the guidance to address the Mark Golding citizenship issue. Apply the final law of Jamaica, the Constitution. And this from a listener who goes by the moniker Bongo D. Thank you very much, Bongo D, for your message. And as we go down the line, Yaz Child says, good day. Delroy Chuck should focus on the injustices being meted out to youths by the police and soldiers and put laws for those. It seems he does not know the difference between discipline and abuse. Children are behaving like adults because of the breakdown of law and order. The USA is a perfect example. And that's from Yaz Child. Thank you very much for your message, Yaz Child. And this one says, hello, what song is that playing in the background? You must choose right. And this is coming from Bryant Hughes. Horace, otherwise known as Spider, also wants to chime in, or has chimed in. He says, why need government? Don't send back the Cuban, and to them, you don't born yaso. So go back home. Don't bother to help the sick. And not seeing the rest of this message. And then in another message, why they didn't send back Mr. Golding father, say Jamaica don't need his help. That's not us as Jamaicans. We don't do that. Respect is due. respect is due. That's not how we operate. Not at all. That's not how we operate. We repudiate any such behavior. Franklin McDonald, thank you as usual. He says real estate boom propels property, or that's the information he has shared. Real estate boom propels property insurance market. That sounds like a good read. Looks like a good read. And this one, Rohan Johnson from Atlas in Ocho Rios. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for your message. Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine is asking what percentage of children are born out of wedlock in Jamaica? It looks like he has done some research here. What does he have here? In Jamaica, more children are born out of wedlock than anywhere else in the world. Really? I need to check that. 14% are born to parents who are married to each other, while 86% are not. 16th of February 2016. That's where the information came from, it seems. Thank you for sharing, Ricardo. And all the very best. Calvin in North York, Ontario, Canada, messaging us as usual. And quite a few other messages coming up. The listener who goes by the moniker Bunty has sent us a voicemail, but we haven't been able to audition that voicemail. And let's see. This one says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm, good afternoon. Thank you so much for the history just now about the Constitution of Jamaica. I am a born PNP and still am, but I strongly think that I would like my leader to be 100% Jamaican and nothing else. This is my personal opinion. Have a great day, sir. Thank you very much to the listener who calls himself or herself Psalm 23. Thank you for your message. Keep those messages coming in. 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And the regular call-in lines, 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. Cuban in Georgia, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Sir Malcolm.
Good afternoon.
I haven't called you for a long time, but I feel today privileged to give you a shout out.
Thank you for calling.
I am calling for Mr. Rooster Freedom from the prison system of the United States. Mr. Rooster is a good man, and I know him very well. And he has a lot to contribute to the Jamaican society.
It sounds like that's information for the courts in terms of in speaking on behalf of someone who you know very well.
Well, Mr. Rooster was a good friend, and he's a member of the West Kingston community.
Hold the line, please. Let's go to a break.
concrete products. The time that coast to coast group of companies is Jamaica invites its global family to a momentous homecoming June 16 to 19 for the 10th biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference in beautiful Montego Bay. Join us for a cultural immersion, network and do business as we explore innovative solutions for nation building. Plan to attend. Your insight, voice, and presence matter. Register at Diaspora Conference ja.eventbrite.com. The 10th biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference, united for Jamaica's transformation, fostering peace, productivity, and youth empowerment. Convened by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. Both sides of a story. Confidence in those who serve, especially in the public sector, is vital to Jamaica's progress towards Vision 2030 and beyond. Many people have quietly and diligently given sterling service over the years for the benefit of many Jamaicans at home and across the world. Our 106 FM, in playing its part in showcasing those individuals who have served in building our nation and to create greater public understanding and appreciation of their sacrifice, presents the feature Service Stalwarts. Listen to Service Stalwarts every Wednesday at 4 p.m. to both sides of the story with Dervan right here on our 106 FM. Both sides of the story.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And keep the text messages coming in as well, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And let's keep it rolling. So we have, are you there? Hello?
Yes, sir, Malcolm. I'm here.
Uh-huh.
So, Mr. Rooster run afoul of the law in the United States. And I'm calling on the President of the United States to give a listening ear to his case. And I would like Mr. Rooster to be out of prison, because right now.
But it's not. This channel is not going to be able to do what you're hoping would be able to do.
Well, I hope somebody at the embassy is listening. Okay. Next thing again, Sir Malcolm.
Yes.
I'm calling for the freedom of Mr. Cartel, because justice delayed is justice denied. The man this case have been squashed by the UK Privy Council, and the Jamaican government is still holding him hostage in prison here in Jamaica. And we are calling for his release, because if the case is squashed, why are you holding him in prison the same way?
There's still a matter at hand. It's not over.
Mr. Mark Golding is the only man we will keep from the monarchy after we have abolished the British Privy Council and the monarch. Because Mr. Mark Golding is a good man.
Okay.
But this argument about Mr. Mark Golding is a nothing argument, Sir Malcolm. Because he's a British subject, and he has a right to preside in the parliament or be a prime minister of Jamaica. And I don't see why the JLP is spending so much money and going around and spreading propaganda about this man. Just like what they did in 1980. When Mr. Siaga come and tell all these lies about Mr. Mike.
Hey. Are you able to verify the truths? To be able to be telling, no, that's not how we do it here. Can't do that.
Well, Well,
under that.
Mr. Mark Golding was born at UC, Sir Malcolm. Right? And we saw where the other man wasn't born in Jamaica, but he was allowed to serve as Prime Minister. Which is against the Constitution of Jamaica. So how come he got to serve in Jamaica? And now they're talking all kind of stuff. And I also heard that 3 members of Parliament right now is of questionable character regarding citizenship. So I want to know, where is the morality in what they are saying? Because the Jamaican people have been bamboozled by this administration for decades, right? And we need to know if the truth is the truth. Because we can't come and tell the people them lie all the time, as Bob Marley said. Right? We need to know the truth. And people must stop going around and spreading false rumors.
Yeah, but be careful that you don't end up doing the same thing that you accuse others of.
No, but Sir Malcolm, the facts is different from rumors.
What are the facts?
And this man was don't have a Jamaican parent, and he was not from Jamaica. When I was a little boy, I heard them say the man was born in a plane. People were saying that the man was born in a plane, and then he come down in and they bring and that's how he come a Jamaican.
So
to be Prime Minister.
What's the value of this information?
This is what the Jamaica Labour Party was telling the people them in the 80s. That this man was born in a plane. And then we come to find out it is not true. They said he was born in Lebanon.
And how is that relevant to the situation right now?
Well, I heard some people even the privacy and confidentiality and of Mr. Mark Golding information have been spreading on the air. How they get this information? And spreading lies, say they get it from the belly of the PNP. So we want to know, where did he get this information from? Who gave it to him? What that he can come and said such derogatory argument about the opposition leader. This is a breach of the code of conduct, Sir Malcolm.
So why haven't those who have the authority to acted?
Well, that's why we are calling on the police commissioner to investigate where he got the information from. Because you can't just come and tell us that information, and then when we said this is a private and confidential information, and then you don't know where it comes from. Who gave it to you? It could be my information, Sir Malcolm. They could go into the passport office and look up my information and see all the things about me too. And I'm very worried. That's why I don't trust the Jamaica Labour Party. Right? And it's been going on for a long time in the JLP. They've been spreading propaganda against people from the 1980s and telling lies to cover up what they're doing.
Unfortunately, there are politicians who have been doing that for some time now. And there are some callers who do that as well.
Well, we don't want nobody to come on here and talk no policy, right? Because people need to know the truth, especially the young people. Them need to know the truth. Because we are suffering from truth dyslexia right here. And that is why so much young people getting themselves in trouble, because they don't know the truth. And we have to stop this. We can't go on like this. If we are moving forward as Jamaican and we're changing the constitution, why are we spreading so much lies? As a government, the government is supposed to be set an example for the people. Instead, the government is spreading rumors and propaganda. I see one lady on the TV last night talking about water in Westmoreland. Right? Where is the money that the government said they're going to give to all the MPs to provide water for the citizen? The people them say they cannot bathe. They don't have any water to bathe.
How have you been managing? Huh? Or this doesn't affect you? It doesn't affect you, does it? How have you been managing?
No, I have water all the time here in the United States. We always have water. We never have water shortage, not even if it is drought. Because we have a lot of springs, a lot of ponds. We got lakes. All these things we get water from. Okay. And Jamaica is suffering from water crisis as the land of food and water. So I want to know all those pipes that the National Water Commission have up there, because we fly drone over there and saw them over the property. They just sitting there. We don't need no black tank.
Did you take pictures up there?
They took the video pictures.
Mm. Maybe you maybe need to get the footage and share it with the relevant authorities.
The National Water Commission need to do better, because it is the only asset that Mr. Siaga couldn't sell. We have left.
I don't know about that.
Well,
we can't always get that filter in place.
All right.
In a way that,
have a good day. We talk to you again. God bless you.
Bless you too.
Love.
All right. Take
Every
care.
time.
Good. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Let's go to the phone lines again. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hello? Are you there? Let's call on the text line, same as the WhatsApp number. Okay, let's go to another call. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. All right, we're not hearing you. Hold on a moment. You're off mic. Oh.
Hi, Dervan. Are you hearing
me? I have two calls. I'm not sure where they're coming from. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
This is Steve. I don't know which one you want.
All right, one moment, Steve. So, okay. All right, we're going to take the break and then we come back with more in just a moment. Okay. Okay. No, sorry about that. I have 12, and this is 14 seconds. About 12 to 14 seconds. Okay. Okay.
Or email sales.growerschoice@gmail.com. Growers Choice includes organic fertilizer for regeneration of the soil, increased yields, reduced cost, and protecting the environment.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM. Let's go to the phone lines, 876-922-4112 to 5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. How you doing?
All right, just a moment. The person who is on the text line, same as the WhatsApp, can you just hold on because there are others that are ahead of you, actually. There are other calls that are ahead of you. So just hang on, please. We'll take your call in the order in which we got it. Okay. All right. So go ahead. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Malcolm.
Uh-huh.
I'm just calling about a water situation in the Sheffield area ago. For the past 2 weeks now, we have no water in the pipe here.
Terribly sorry to hear that.
So I've been withdrawing water from St. James over to Hanover. And like I tell you, 2 days last week, I could tell you, thousands, if not millions, of cubic of water going into the reservoir because I was up there while the rain was falling. Alright? Thousands of cubic. So I know that water shortage and we don't know clearly what is the problem. If it's a pump problem, and I believe that all of us should take that to the people and see if we can come together and solve this pump problem once and for all. They are not, the Water Commission not explaining them things. Them seems like them just have, I don't know what is going on with these agents. If a secret agent, this is them running. Hmm?
Why do you say that?
Because every so often the summer comes, they turn off the water like a week and sometimes 3 days and come back on. But for the longest while now, it's gone for 2 weeks, right? And I don't see any explanation. I don't hear anything. I don't know what is happening. Probably few people know what is going on, but majority of us don't know. You understand?
What was the last thing you were told?
Well, they were told nothing that we understand the water is gone and expect it to come back and it go on and on till 2 weeks pass. So I decided to call today because it's over 2 weeks now. They're going to 3 weeks now water in the Heartgrove Sheffield area. So I don't know if they're doing if they got the pipes to do work. No, the explanation we need to hear something from the Hanover Parish Council. No wonder why the taxes is so low in this region.
Yeah, and we shouldn't have a problem there. We're supposed to have a refreshed group of local government politicians who would know what they have to do right now, having experienced different situations with the water, roads, etc., and managed to get the votes on the grounds of people are going to get water and roads, etc., and don't realize that time is running out for some kind of action that will give people, if even a sense of hope,
Right,
but definitely some action.
right, because you just need to talk to your people in some come and make you understand what is going on. You understand me? If it's a money problem, we can put money together and get the job done.
But you know, our people are not unreasonable, you know.
I know.
Our people are not unreasonable.
Yes,
If you reason with a Jamaican and explain to a Jamaican a situation, for the most part, that Jamaican is going to give due regard to whatever information you have shared,
Yes.
and not lose respect or regard, but would just continue to try and get some understanding of what is happening or not happening, and then act accordingly.
Yes, sir. Because as we tell you, Mr. Malcolm, we understand a lot of what is going on, but we just need to know because me I wait over 2 weeks and me have to draw water from pool, and it is really really costly from to pull up trap the animal. But me have a pan on the place, but it's not holding any water, right? And I used to have thousands of gallons there. But I don't know if it's the earth shrinking or climate change or what, but the water must stay long when it's settled there.
Mm.
So I have to be depending on copper, and the local water to full length, apart from the rainfall. So we need to know what is going on, man. If our money are the problem, let we come together and get it.
Give us a general idea. Where is this?
Hearten Grove so far, and I think I'm in Hearten Grove area, and there's no over 2 weeks now, and I just come out one certain area where we know them always got to fix them, and I don't see any work going on, so I don't know what is happening. So at the parish council and over there, I don't know if they know what is happening in the water area, because I think it's different umbrella these things are under.
Now it's all local government right now.
Yeah, man. We need to get these things done, man. And Mr. Malcolm, I am begging the government to ban all these luxury cars coming in the country and make some industrial vehicle come in, like also nice pickup you can use it to bring out your produce and so.
Well, yeah, we're always going to have a mix because we're dealing with people of different tastes and different.
But I want the government himself, right?
Yes.
To take up that part and make, if you see the one in there, Mr. Malcolm, oh my God, I want to change it, but I can't. But I'm going to change it to that, So we can't see anything better like that. All we see in the parking lot then is luxury, is cars and stuff. That can't bring enough. We have to bring them water over yesterday. So we want the government, man, to make some pickup coming into agriculture we can get.
I don't, but they're not stopping. They're not stopping anything from coming in right now.
The government will want to ship them in because when them ship it in, they come in better and they come in faster too and smoother, because when you're private, man, they ship in this thing a whole heap of different things, So if it's even that, do it for your people, man. Make some pickup coming out of the country, proper pickup. We govern from them and all them, and you can drive them faster than and all of that, and govern them. Proper pickup, we can take on some bad road and so. You understand? Because you have to study the country.
Yeah, but there are apparently more of these vehicles on our roads now as well. I've seen. In fact, I saw a 3 or 4 vehicle collision a couple days ago, and it was these same kind of vehicles you are referring to just now, the pickups, the heavy duty pickups.
Yeah, man, and if I my little chain to get on the license plate, then you got to satisfy by license plate, then just clean, them just look dull. You don't think a little orange funny, or one little chain, something that we used to do or we still do. I want, some little image to say, yes, we know.
Yeah, well, we need more than image to sustain our growth and development in this country.
Yeah, man,
we need more than image.
Mr. Malcolm, we have to ramp up production and practice where we can feed ourselves and stop worrying about this whole heap of money, because this whole heap of money business is good enough, Mr. Malcolm. But me said, me don't really like to see we go back where we have to swap things. Swap things and this money that drives some of us into judgment. But I love Jamaica and Jamaica people, nice man. We just need to come together and come together, man, and see if we can fix some of the problems. Look what is happening out west. A matter of fact, even the commissioner, I don't know what is going on because in terms of safety, I don't see certain things happening where the patrols is going, we're supposed to go on at night time. I don't see it. Maybe just in our little area. But
someone has told you that there's supposed to be a patrol in the night? Where?
Oh, then hold on. Then we know security where at night, and you have to go on the building every half an hour go clap. And I don't think they get tension. And you have police who work at day, and you're supposed to have the one who work at night. So what then do a night treat? Nah, man, if you take a job, man, you have to go do it, man. My cousin will do security in one place right now, and every half hour, we have to go around at the back of the building and start checking and don't care to get. When the supervisor come a man and to pick him up after that location, and that clock, they will clock every half an hour. We don't have nothing to get. What we are doing, a lot of us, is warming benches. Let me tell you that, plain and straight. A lot of the people in the agency, them in this country, are warm benches, and they make the government lose on each side for 44 years. And they must stop. You take a job, if you can't do the job, excuse yourself. Don't take taxpayer money when the month comes and just hide in a one steel tank. No wonder why a nice country like this can't make it. Right. Somebody can do 5, somebody work. We don't tap with the man and we not do where we go. If you do, protocol is there to follow and you're doing as you like. Because what? We don't have nobody to look over you and say, no man, you're wrong. We have to change a lot of the policies that we have in this country to get better results. And the Prime Minister must make it office long to him. Go there, put on your Wellington and your khaki suit as a Prime Minister. See what is happening with the agencies then in your country, then you follow the protocol that lay down there. And we don't have to keep rally and take to the street to show you. We know that you're supposed to know something wrong in this small country. It is not in the size of a sedan car compared to some country of the world or other country of the world. We have to shake up and rise up, man, and change things, man, and start do what we put to do. Too much of this nonsense going on in this little country. Too much. We have to get real, man. And we call ourselves so we are this and we are best. Yes, we do this, but we have to start live up to the plate, man. You go if you work, you work. You
Sounds like your cup runneth over. We have to pause there. All right. All right. Thank you for the call. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And let's go to another call. 876-922-411-2-5 is the regular. Well, those are the regular call-in lines, 876-922-411-2-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Let's see, I think we have someone else who has been holding for a while. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. All right, let's just make sure we can bring you. Let's, in fact, take the break first and come back in just a moment.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 3:30. The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelly and McLeod. Get news and reviews related to vehicles, and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yes, sir, Malcolm, how are you doing?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Well, I'm there chill for my birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay, thank you very much. And also the general birthday, I'm going to touch on about the general.
Who's that?
The great George Philip Edward Siaga.
Oh, well, happy birthday. In
the best Jamaican Prime Minister of all time. And not only that, the best Caribbean Prime Minister. One time, I remember the world third best finance minister. Even the German government offered him a job as a finance minister. And him saying would not leave Jamaica and work elsewhere. And I give him credit for that. But before we go further, the caller before the last one there, you mentioned something about ban a plane. What if I do?
Mr. Siaga?
Hello? Okay. Yeah, but I think he have some misunderstanding there. And he what Mr. Siaga funeral mentioned that he is an American by birth. And his mother is a Jamaican. That's how he become a Jamaican. Just like me, I'm a Jamaican by birth. I have a US passport. Anywhere I use it, I enter there as an American. But if I come to Jamaica and use my Jamaican passport, they have to take me as a Jamaican. So I think some misunderstanding with some of them laws where people understand. All right, does this name ring a bell to you? Renee Simons, Dean Burton, Marcus Gill, and Robbie Harrell?
Yes, the Reggae Boys.
Okay. Well, I remember when Renee Simons taking this three guy to play for the national team, and this is what come up. People are saying that these guys are not Jamaican, and I bring them come and make it clear to them that they have a law that say if it's a part of the Commonwealth, if your mother or even your grandmother is a Jamaican, you're qualified to run and represent the country. So why this thing with Mr. Margolin keep coming up and people are dealing with the real issue of the country and are dealing with the wrong issue?
Well, people have their way of spinning and flipping and turning and putting out in the public space what they now have the privilege of being able to put out in the public space. And they will take advantage of it as they have been doing and will continue doing.
Yeah, but Mr. Margo, we the people there, especially people in the countryside of Jamaica, we are going through a hardship and affairs, whatever. Even in the last call, they want vehicle to carry certain kind of thing. Make us face the real issue that them people they want water, we want road, we want when we get to pay and we pay with bill where someone can see them, that's when we all one pass off or whatever, pay with medical. We don't want to hear people with day get about talk about something where him not break no down, do nothing wrong, so I don't know why they make it the issue.
Yeah, well, again, people in a democracy are free to express themselves. And as we always say, people are free to be whatever they want to be. People are free to do whatever they want to do, so long as that freedom does not infringe on another person's freedom.
Well, I can understand the freedom, but when me live now 1 year or sometimes me them tell the Prime Minister, for 50 years we live in so when I see no water run so. Now we are feeling so and that we want to deal with. And this tendency to tell us, yeah man, things are going to do, especially when election campaign come on them. Yes, I hear Mr. I forgot his name.
All the market them have a fix up and them start already.
What's that?
I think Mr. Mackenzie name in the last election campaign, a lot of promises. Market are gonna fix up and I'm gonna start this one and them that's one. This one. I don't hear nothing about them. They don't start it yet.
Well, they had started a couple of market repairs before local government elections. That's what I remember. But the extent to which there is work going on right now, I don't know of any work going on right now.
It's starting to give you the belief that will happen, but after election part, they continue on it.
Sorry, you were talking while I was trying to respond a short while ago. Come again?
Sorry about that. But I'm saying they can't say the most, but they can start it during election campaign. But after election come and gone, they continue it.
Well, the people must ensure that that doesn't happen, that they must ensure that and insist that the work continues to its finality.
Now, when them sell a story, say them about something, you have people who go around and check and give the public a feedback on what's going on.
Well, the Fourth Estate would be chiefly involved in that exercise, as in the media, to keep certain individuals, institutions, organizations, to keep them honest.
Well, I have a problem with the media, Mr. Malcolm, honestly. When a man says something, I don't want, especially politicians, I don't tell you something, you just give it a one time around the year and that's it. You're supposed to follow up on it and make sure the job complete. Because if you not complete, when the next election come around, you might come back to the next story again. And if you never deliver the promise this time, we can have a man without the children. What I saw?
Those who have an interest in the matter or matters at hand also have a duty to follow up and to insist that what needs to be done is in fact done.
What I think most media houses should do, when like Mr. Mackenzie make a promise, I'm going to fix up the market. You have a team of people assigned to him and make sure to hold him to his word. Anywhere we go, when make a public speech, you joke him with it, and I bet you we get things done. He may upset all him on and fix all him on, but you hold him in feet to the fire and make sure it's done. But you say something, yeah, it's all done. We don't hear from you again until election running corner. You come as Bob Marley said, the gunman coming against the Celesta gun plan. We the Jamaican people tell them things. We want to hold them to them word and make sure them deliver on them promise. So that when the election come around, you ask the voters to vote for you. You say, yeah, man, he's a good man. He promise him going to fix after you road and we make sure it's him fix and him fix it. And here's the proof. But
they shouldn't need to ask people to vote for them. Your work should reflect just that. You don't need to be begging anybody to vote for you. Your work must speak for itself, and that speech must be to demonstrate that I said work was going to be done. Here's the work. The work has been done, and we're going to move on to another project now.
Well, so nice, Mr. Malcolm. With the years, I see them sell the people in the store and never buy them.
Well, the people know exactly what to do or not do according to the behavioral patterns that they are exposed to.
All right, I know the call waiting. One last thing before I go. The illicit six, nobody identified them yet.
No, that situation hasn't changed.
Like I said before, that situation will remain the same until the general election come and gone.
Thank you very much to my listeners.
All right. Thanks for the call. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's go to another line, 876-922-411-225. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Good afternoon, Miss Mervis.
And good afternoon to all the workers of the Gate Power 106.
We need your help with some volume, Miss Mervis.
What, my strong voice? You hear me now?
Hearing you much better.
Okay, sorry about that. I always have the phone at my ear, and sometimes it drops down, you know. Same pipeline one time, don't it?
Yes.
Pipeline, I think.
Based on a particular minister, I believe, what he would normally say. It's a lot more things. We'll have a lot more things in the pipeline.
No, there's a program named Pipeline, and they let me hear the pipeline, and I lick pang, 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 pang. You know, the program, long time ago, I was at JBCR, with. There was some program down the road named Pipeline. You know? Yes, lots of things being said, and lots of things to be done. But, as I tell them, sir, it's unfortunate I heard that some young man from Boys Town, and I yesterday met about Father Sherlock and Boys Town, you know? Only to hear on the news today that somebody from past Boys Town footballer was shot and killed last night in the news. Unfortunate.
It is.
Well, I mean, know what is wrong with us, with some people, you know, but we should have did know. This nation is under a kind of demonic something, when ordinary. These things cannot be natural. Anyway, let me tell you what the king of the national anthem said to tell the nation. How many more months left for election? Gone out to next year, September?
I haven't been counting, but I'll check.
September? When are the election? Next year, September?
September 2025, I think.
So what would I read up with 12 years and I make up so much noise over election with the 1 year plus down the road? That's the Almighty said we ask this nation. Huh? There are so many things to be done on election. Who are down the road? Huh? And there's so much confusion and argument about who was a winner, who not a winner, who was a what, and where the poll say and where the data say. Instead we should stop it and get serious about changing the conditions in the nation to be changed. I tell you, we stop it now. Because some people they get party and seat and lose the election afterward, you know, Dervan.
Mm-hmm.
Them people are not read nothing. You know, so they give them one coalition down the road and they never use it either. Hardly anybody win. When it took them to could have combined them effort and do what is to be done to this nation. What is wrong with these political people with them win election like this earth belongs to them and the fullness thereof? Whether they name Putin or them name whichever one of our United States or whatever, this earth belongs to God and the fullness thereof himself to tell everybody today. And him determine what happened down here, so. And we must stop it to come in here. Mankind are the last creature we him create. And when he put it down here, if we take care of the earth, if we match it up. You know, I saw glimpses of, I don't know if it's your program the person was speaking on last week also, about the cemeteries in the United States. How them look pretty and whatever, you know?
I glimpsed that, yes. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45.
Wine at your tongue. You know wine at your tongue. Drive smart, no ramble. Wine at your tongue. If I 87 you pay use, put the 87 in your tongue. If you know which fuel you use, vehicle manual finding. No car in a Jamaica, make you use 87.
And a petrol refining. So use the octane for the car where you're driving. And let me tell you some more. If at 87 your vehicle use you and rev up the savings to show up. No, you that fuel right. Your pocket have a smile. Rev up the savings. Savings on every mile. Brought to you by Petrojam. Serving Jamaica's energy needs.
Both sides of the story.
To hear both sides of the story. Rada St. Elizabeth, in association with the Jamaica Agricultural Society JAX, presents Sinvest Agri-Fest, Friday, May 31 at the SDC Complex in Santa Cruz, under the theme Sinvest on the Move, the Breadbasket, Face of Food. Join Power 106 FM for a live broadcast of both sides of the story from 2 to 5 p.m. and come see agricultural displays, farmers market, displays from private and public companies, admission free. This broadcast is brought to you by Hypro, Growers Choice Avery's Organic Fertilizer, MAPEX, Fourth Agri Venture, Caribbean Chemicals Jamaica Limited, and National Irrigation Commission, NIC. That's a broadcast of both sides of the story from the Sinvest Agri-Fest, Friday, May 31 at the SDC Complex in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, from 2 to 5 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Thanks for holding, Miss Mervis. Please continue.
Why the Almighty make me say so much things from Power 106 and down the road coming up? You know what I said to me?
What's that? Yes.
The cleaner is the grandmother of our newspaper. You never know what reason of having me stuck on Power 1 time and saying a lot of things on Power when I not aware of. Yeah? And some just said to me recently, the Dina is not being given the highlight which you have been given. Everybody, when they want something done in a Dina archive, and they need to see Dina being treated better. Anyway, let me get back to the business of the king, because the whole idea is, I got a glimpse of it in Dervan. And the other night I was browsing because I play radio me listen to a daytime, When it reached 7 o'clock, we start with the RJ news and go on all over the world. And somehow me end up on TV and I saw glimpses of World War I and World War II. All I see is that they were showing you the cemeteries where these fallen soldiers were buried. And really look beautiful for true, And believe you me, in the middle of that, you know what that said to me? All that glory and something about the fallen, what about the ones that came back alive? What focus was placed on the ones who came back alive? That sound anywhere?
Well, there would always be a concern for the living and the dead.
But what he said to me in the middle of what thing is, but when you put there and when you look at the people that mash up the place down there, me say you mean that mankind can't learn nothing. And when you look over what is going on over Gaza and Israel and Putin and Ukraine and so on, same thing is happening, Mankind can't learn anything, Dervan. Look at the destruction. Look how much it takes to build. What I'm telling you,
that's why we normally say man must be protected from himself. Left to himself, man is perhaps the most destructive creature on the face of the earth.
Perfectly so.
Mm.
Yes. What did happen to Hitler? I remember them saying commit suicide. I can't remember what was said in the thing was what thing, like it was said like commit suicide or something. But when you don't do all of that, so you want to take over the whole world, and you got dead and left everything down here, you mash up the place. And some people join with the rubbish and mash up the place because them gangsters where we have been a same way. And this trying to kill people and you soon dead gone to, but you don't care about life.
Yes, just confirming that he committed suicide via a gunshot to the head.
Yes, but that's me up on the radio when you commit suicide, I'm not going to take over the world when they were bringing it. why we can't learn? Why man can't learn? Eh? Look what we poor little nation you know. We move everything we have to build it up. And make everybody comfortable and all kind of foolishness going on in here. And we're not fighting against the white people, eh? And I see everywhere but when you have European, when in truth and in fact, you tell me the other day we talk about white and black people and talk about European and Africa. Yes. So hear the joke now. You see this what you call it, something there with Mr. What is Mark Golden? With all this thing about the Constitution and whatever. Did you know that way down the road, the Almighty said to me, say he will not use anybody foreign to deal with any comprehensive and expensive and whatever changing of the nation? He said that to me long down the road, you know. I didn't understand what he meant. It's when Dabdu come up with this thing with dual citizenship. But get to understand what God was talking about. Yes. Anybody who run this country is supposed to be one citizen person. And we never understand what he was saying. You can't be a dual citizen. You can't love two somebody. You understand? So those things were being said to me long time and I never understand some of them. The next thing he said to me to tell the nation, you see? How much longer we going to sit down here, ask them, and pay a governor general for the king of England? Pay for run a governor general house. Him said within the next 6 months that must stop. What they are going to do it piece by piece or not, a time it stop now. Get the people to stop paying for run King's house. When name King's house and Queen's house. I feel at that very station of way down when Miss Williams was here now. Before he didn't know that something God for the nation, not independent. Yes. I'm a said party a morning program too. More than once. The nation not independent, we not understand some of the things they tell me. And these people sit down going around corner. I was listening to Dan Jackson Miller program, the Wednesday program there. And what them discussing this thing and how this constitution come into being and all this rubbish. We have nothing to do with the constitution, you know. We have nothing to do with this stupid constitution here. We have one of them right there now and me can't make head nor tail outside. It wasn't written for the people. But tell them the other day, some maybe if we don't light a bonfire with some of them, they won't understand what God say. Get rid of this thing and begin to write. Stop trying to piece out this constitution and change piece out and begin to write a constitution. And the people not even know, I don't even know which whatever them talking about, you know, Dervan. Me don't know, you know. As an educated person over the years, they have the document, you can't even understand what they say. I hear your section this, that, and section round this, that, and section round this, that. Eh? That something was written for lawyers.
Well, we shared some information from the Constitution.
And unfortunately, I was ministering to two persons.
This earlier this afternoon.
I was in between, but I was ministering to two persons. Because that is when we do a lot of people be stuff. Sometimes a family problem want to sort out and all them things. You know what I mean? The whole heap of things we do. So what they say within the next 6 months, the nation must stop here for the GG house. Fix the King of England. Because that constitution was not written by us. We didn't have any input in there. No? You see this nonsense about Commonwealth? England just set up that to make sure it control the whole of the colony. Then where did that? Commonwealth. I born 1946, Dervan. You're not supposed to can't go in Britain without a passport. Eh? You're a British citizen. How come? Give me a Commonwealth first to them. You're supposed to can't go in Britain without a passport. You see this denial? The Rasta man who does this judgment. You see this judgment that the man has set up them things to suit themselves in Dervan. And a whole heap of wise people in this country, you know. Father Sir ask the wisdom, you know me love that man without end. The national anthem. Eh? So on the road, me tell them, say God to give all of the diplomats one copy of the national anthem and one copy of the national pledge, you know. And underline the part so that Jamaica may under God. Yeah? But me don't know one for these leaders, they just don't make the whole of Jamaica look like we not no sense, like we stupid. And when you look them, say we best nurse and we best doctor and we best teacher and we best everybody gone everywhere as Dr. Gill said. If you lose the best you where you produce, where you getting to? Huh? You see this 1 year thing? Remember you asked me the other day what do we do? The 1 year national repentance, reconciliation and commitment is supposed to start November and run to October the following year. These are the things where you should have did a correct last time, you know. From 1993 when we had it to November when we had it to Mr. Patterson, Senator Mr. Patterson, and we get back in response and we still have the letter when sent back here. You see, all of these things should have happened from days for coming up. This constitutional change, all kind of changes and things were supposed to happen. And this stupid dollar when I have no value. I want to tell the Bank of Jamaica manager to not care when people go to down there who else and all of who them have around them. This dollar has no value. You look on the phone where it come off. It not have no value and they must stop buying and selling the dollar and peddling the dollar and talking about. But what is the criteria other people use? What criteria other people use for valuing their money? The highest bidder? Eh? Or some little island down there, them dollars stronger than people want. We don't have no dollar, you know. We have no dollar. And the Almighty been saying so for a long time. And you mean to tell me that them people don't know that the dollar value make you, the value of the Jamaican dollar, Dervan make you have to pay a lot more, the national debt cost you a lot more?
Mm-hmm.
Because I said to Mr. Perkins one day, tell you how long me say it, that when the dollar slip one said the national debt go. And this guy was named Leslie. It look like he was calculated, call Mr. Perkins and tell him by how much. Yeah? When the dollar slip 1 cent, the national debt go up. And you sit on there with this dollar when I have no value and that's foolishness. Wake up Jamaican people at the dollar value want deal with. Bolt on some people alone value more than this wretched rubbish when them have your name dollar value. Yeah?
Well, the value, it is said, the value of a dollar is derived from several factors.
Tell me them.
The backing of the U.S. government, public faith in its stability, and its acceptance as legal tender.
Backing of the U.S. government?
The backing of the U.S. government, public faith in its stability, and its acceptance as legal tender.
What is the size of U.S.? What is the size of poor little Jamaica that in big like one of them cities? Eh? How that become, how you compare them to them? When we proportion, when we have the same proportion as something, how them have to go again? When we do at school, I remember, you know? Them simple proportion and compound proportion and some other mathematics. Or how you compare them then? With a massive United States with a little Jamaica where you can't even see on the map. Eh? You know, so something wrong there, sir. Totally wrong. Eh? No, man. Something need to be done to the dollar value. Something is not right here. And that dollar value, the people cannot produce in 2005. I remember telling Ralston one morning that said, it is too easy to import and too hard to export. Not my word. The Almighty word again. It is too easy to import. Because all you see in Jamaica is some chain and store buy and sell in Dervan.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see nobody can produce more than so. Then the people, government supposed to give incentive and what, and the producers in Jamaica, them coming here and they have 20 store, all them do a buy and sell, and the dollar go out back. Eh? The dollar just going back out. No, man, we need some leaders with some wisdom and sense. We're not going anywhere, you know.
Hold on, please, Miss Mervis, and we'll have to wrap shortly. One moment, please.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
Back with you, Miss Mervis.
Yes, take the last minute out of deal with the school system. It's out them you come from. And that 1 year and national repentance, reconciliation, I mean the police must clean up for them. The school must clean up it up. The health sector must clean up it up. The politicians, every sector during that period of time. Nobody can clean up the sector like the somebody that were in our sector, right or wrong?
You're correct.
Well, you see the school system, I mean, from 65. Went back, 65 minutes of the profession. You remember, somewhere down there. You see that system there? We tell them the teacher them long years down the road, and if we sit down here in the name of patriotism, we're going to sit down here in the name of patriotism. And the blood of the nation education system will be required of us. Too many people dictating what in the education system when I know nothing. You see the whole matter of school discipline, Dervan? When the way you dress and all them, there were people that no matter. It don't have nothing to do with nothing. Eh? Me did ever see in there, see? Be the president of the parish of teachers one time, and if me did ever go in the mid-class strike and English point to moral point. Yeah? You know why? None of we name teachers never go up park camp to go get training, and we never go police training school. We went to some honorable teachers college, yeah? We're not going to fight war. If it's any war, it's against illiteracy and dunceness. You know what I mean? And when we discover everybody frame them law and tell them what to do and what them can do. You know why you have regulations about uniforms and so on? Because we was discussing it with some young people and they agreed, you know. Because some of them overdress and over this and over that and they look poor one them. You understand, Dervan?
Yeah.
When you say the body go to theater and they look poor one them,
it's to achieve a sense of uniformity.
Yes, and comfort too.
And
comfort. More comfortable in the midst of everything. Nothing is wrong with that when they go to party. They don't go dress anywhere they want to dress. But the school system is a place that's supposed to inculcate discipline and work ethic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the teachers need to bring back the what you call it, the whole system. You don't have the whole system at your school?
Yes, man.
And the whole system. This week this house work, next week this house, then next work.
I was in Rome.
Huh?
Rome house.
You was in Rome.
With the color blue.
We had Blackburn house, and we had Sherlock house, and we had, I think, this man here who wrote this poem here. When name again? He wrote this poem song of a Bloom R.M. Murray house, I think, something like that. But I think I was in Blackburn house. Father Sherlock came there and talked to us, and I took no Father Sherlock from a little picnic. And him, for the first one, I read the scripture about what is love in 1 Corinthians 13, we never forget. So the teachers need to get together and get back their district association running. Because in the way we used to discuss things, you know what I mean? Yeah. And share our different problems and so on. And they need to get back those house system and get those children working to help maintain the school plan. And teach them certain amount of responsibility. It still helps me and it helps others. We need to get back to some of those things, and too much people outside around school, and when it's done, they blame the teacher them for when it happens. That's why we need a no joke teacher, you know. When we don't set the rules, start to go, start to get them, we sit down, we rap with them, we talk with them, you know, what teacher is school still. At the roof, at the foundation. You see the primary system? If that not fixed good, we don't know what to fix with them, even miss it down the bottom. They never go no infant school or no early time. But that primary section, Dervan, that primary section foundation must be properly set in there. Now the arts gone to the gate finally. So you know where you have to go start now, Dervan?
What's that?
You have to go for top. And then so God tell me to start in 93. Go up at top and come down. And then go out. Because if you go down the bottom first, you're going to lose a lot of the ones up at top. What that sound like? Eh?
I
That is
have.
what that saying. The program start at the secondary school up at top and catch them no readers and no performers up there. So, and it's going to go down because they want them down the bottom won't miss it. But you start it up the time, make it go out in the community and go down. Now everybody gone down an early childhood and this and that. And one whole heap of them up at top down through the gate. God no idiot can create the world in a couple of days. So Jamaican people and the rest of the world, the lady that killed the police in Dervan last and not leave. Is a ritual in Dervan. All of them people go over man. What's this told to carry a foul and buckler around? You hear me? You hear me? So all who up there, you took them four case, well known, so when they go over man, they carry them foul, but it's not the over man to kill. And all of them make you out to deal that them go kill foul blood for your property and sprinkle one African culture and sprinkle rum on it. So make we stop going like say we don't know or what. I don't know if she crazy or what. I don't know because that sound like ritual against evil. But under that the Christian them use one of the same I go read and tell them what that but the Christian them supposed to do. Not that kind of thing. That's why when we come to my house, we take some consecrated olive oil and go around the corner and sit and say, God, if anybody kill foul yourself and sprinkle rum from my property, then that witchcraft operation.
That sounds like something for another day and another time and another place. All right, thank you. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. We have a call coming through from David Crosburn. Hello, Mr. Crosburn. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Malcolm, all your listeners. All the community.
What's happening with your line, Mr. Crosburn? Hold on. Hold a moment. It's going in and out. Come again. Go ahead.
Okay, also good afternoon and all listeners. And time up.
Sorry, the line isn't good. Can you hang up and call back, please? Just hang up and call back.
I will.
Yes, please. Okay. All right, this is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. As we continue, someone who goes by the moniker Revo, what is he saying? Question mark. Not sure what he's saying here. Let's see if we can find out. Mr. Malcolm, I'm asking the same question about my status. I was born March 1960 under the British colony ruling in Jamaica. I know pounds, shillings, and pennies. Should I not be entitled to a British passport and can travel to UK without a visa? Well, you just need to be advised because the information is out there. It's all over the place. But you want to ensure that whoever is advising you at that level is someone who is competent and mindful of the elements involved in that exercise. But you don't have anything to fear. But fear itself, as the saying goes, from that former US president it was, I believe. Right. So we could use this message as well as a lesson for maybe a few of our listeners. As I said, I read the message from Revo. He's saying, I'm asking the same question about my status. I was born March 1960 under the British colony ruling in Jamaica. I know pounds, shillings, and pennies. Should I not be entitled to British passport and can travel to UK without a visa? Yeah, if you're I wouldn't worry too much about that. You should be fine. This one coming through. We see Steve trying to get on. And he's been trying for a while. Let's see. Steve, hello. We lost the connection. Please try again. For those of you, I think we missed calls from Steve McDonald, and well, the one from David Crossburn was very choppy. That line, that phone line that he was on, was rather choppy. So we had to end that connection. So please feel free to call back 876-922-4112-5, the regular call-in lines, and the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. This one says, good evening, both sides of the story. Born in Jamaica, make 100% Jamaican. What is that? Live there. Okay. Prosecutors in Trump trial, all their griping is 2016 losses to Trump. Dirty politics. Curtis, not easy. All folks. Political interferences and new law in USA politics. No non-burgers, whatever that is. All right. Thank you for your messages. Franklin McDonald, thank you as well for sharing from Jamaica history. Jamaican politics, 1866 to 1920. You're giving us a lot of homework, Mr. McDonald. Thank you very much. And this one says, Dervan, the JLP is like the drowning man that holding on to a straw. Their ships are sinking and the captain is not able to control it. Can you play the gypsy song, Captain, the Ship Sinking? Salah from Kingston. Can't make any guarantees there, Salah. We'll see. Daryl Vaz, he should be asked to prove that someone in the PNP told him about Mr. Golding private business. He should be dragged in front of the court to how he gets the opposition leader private business. Salah from Kingston. And another message, Never Willoughby, he used to do an evening show that was called The Pipeline on RGR. Okay. Thank you very much for that information. Let's go now to Steve McDonald in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Thanks for your patience, Steve. Good afternoon to you. And we're going to be taking a break pretty soon. We're close to the break. Go ahead, please.
Okay, you want to you want to take a break now then, or it's in a minute?
All right, we'll just time the break to make sure it's taken on time as we continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's go to Steve McDonald and then we come back for more in just a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaica with automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Let's go straight to Steve McDonald in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
Good. I'm very well, Dervan. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Boy, the politics hot in the day, man. It's everybody getting excited. Oh, by the way, you know that O.T. Gertbach was from Westmoreland, right? I think, was it Better Town? The founder of the People's National Party. But anyway, at the same point, let me just say big up to my people from Westmoreland. Let us big up in particular, Sablama and my man in Steve. I just thinking that with all that is happening, Mark, with how much his name is being called, he must be singing in this song. Who can it be knocking at Rastaman door? And the other song that they will be singing right now is What a Bum Bum. In terms of how the politics is getting hot. But, you know, I like what is happening in terms of it generating discussion. I don't think, even though it is happening because of, I don't think there has ever been so much discussion about our Constitution. It has never been, I can't recall a time when it has been so on forefront on the mind of our people in terms of dual citizens and even during the vast time, I don't remember being so discussed so widely. But of course, now you have social media and all of that. So I really like the fact that it's being discussed as widely as it is being. Now we're here of allegiance and all of that in terms of what is happening. Just wanted to add one quick thing to the discussion with regards to Mr. Golden's the allegation of data breach where Mr. Golden is concerned. And you asked a very good question, is if there was a data breach, why aren't they pursuing it? Which is a very valid question. The other thing too, just I want to say that we have to, or the parties more so, have to be careful in terms of going down this rabbit hole, because if the impression is being created that your data is not safe, then whoever formed the next government is certainly going to have a big problem where needs and all of that is concerned, because, you know, we're going there. And so they have to be very careful. But one of the things, if I remember, the data policy, when it was being drafted and what was enacted, we can actually call the respective office and we can find out as to who access our data. So Mr. Golden could actually call Pico to find out if his passport information or his data with them was accessed recently, because there would be a digital footprint. And everyone is entitled to that information, whether it's from the banking perspective or whether it's from the hospital. We all have access to our data, and we can demand that the holder of that data, whichever institution, tell us who access our information. And if that information was accessed without authorization, then whoever did it, they're in problem, and the organization could also be in problems.
That's right.
as I know, the respective company or the holders of that data is supposed to put in the necessary provisions and mechanism and safeguards to ensure that your data is not accessed willy-nilly. Previously, for people who don't come from Westmoreland and are not accustomed to that word, so it's even with a bank, you can call the bank and you can demand of them, and they have to give you that information. And if they don't give you, it's they're in breach, and they can be fined by the fine gods, whoever they are, in terms of from that perspective. So there is that recourse that is there, and that's for everyone. And it's unfortunate that I find it a bit unfortunate that Mr. Golden and in his capacity of leader of opposition, and also the People's National Party, is allowing this conversation to continue in this way. And I know it's all politics, but I mean, if they form the next government, they're going to have to deal with this mess that was created, because there just won't be any trust in the system. So they need to be very careful where that is concerned. But again, every day is something new, and I like how engaged we are, and I hope that this will lead to more involvement, especially with regards to voting, more discussion with regards to the referendum, or that we should be having, and the constitutional reform. So I just hope that the powers that be will garner this energy and will direct it more into the broader discussion in terms of the constitutional reform and what we would want to see from that perspective. Thank you very much, Dervan, for allowing me this opportunity to voice my opinion. And also as a member of the diaspora, someone who has Canadian citizenship, I just wonder what it will be when I decide to come and take up the mantle as Prime Minister in the future. But anyway, I digress. I'm ambitious. What can I say?
Nothing wrong with that.
All right,
take care.
No, nothing wrong with that. And we've had a Prime Minister from Southeast already, from Westmoreland. As we mentioned, the person who founded the People's National Party was also from Westmoreland. So I can follow in their footsteps. Thank you very much, everyone. All the best.
You too.
Right,
take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website. Go-Jamaica.com. Live. This one says, where does it start? Let's see. Your theme song is the Book of Rules, but the JLP isn't following the rules at all. Someone could say they're busy writing their own rules to suit who? ? Says Horace, otherwise known as Spider. And let's go back to the phone lines, 876-922-4112-5. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. I have 2 points, you see?
Yes.
The new mayor of Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
I saw where he's working downtown properly now, because what the last mayor never used to do, this mayor is doing it.
You must be a happy man because you have been calling for it.
I'm happy
because
I went downtown the other day and I see a lot of work going on in front of the water theater, in fixing up the place, man. In fixing up the place, the whole of mason work are going on, and them a plant flowers, and them a wash the park at evening time now with big holes on it up there. So it simply means that the last mayor was wasting time, man. 8 years of time wasting. But this new mayor, him working, man. I like him working. He need to continue on the same foot.
And we know you are not just saying that because you are quite strict when it comes to giving out accolades.
Yes, him doing, and I like that, because downtown need to be rehabilitated immediately. Because downtown Kingston is the capital city for the island.
That's right.
And you can't have downtown like a shanty town. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But this new mayor, him say him want some assistance from the private sector. If them can contribute financially, that them can speed up the work.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the private sector, them want to have them business downtown. They need to contribute, man. They need to contribute. You cannot have the private, you can't have your business place like that. I'm making millions of dollars a month and contribute to fix up the city. Even your company, the greener company, they need to sponsor something to man.
Yeah.
The greener company is downtown, They need to contribute, man, and do something, man, and make downtown look good, man. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't downtown Kingston is the capital city. They can't have the capital city look like a ghetto. The capital city must look the best in the island.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to look the best in the island.
Yes.
It's supposed to look good. People supposed to can be able to come downtown on a Sunday and carry them families and sit down and eat ice cream on the street and those places. Anytime I go downtown on Sunday, what I see down there is homeless people and one whole pot garbage and stuff there. And the place looks so depraving. So I don't understand this prime minister, Oh, you was a prime minister of your country and you have your capital city look like a shanty town. What a shit. It don't look like our leaders have any shame,
Well, somebody must be assigned to take responsibility of that situation. There always should be some individual, institution, organization, or unit that you can go on, knock on the door, or call to say, "Look, I'm a fan of downtown. In fact, I'm down there quite often, but I don't like what I saw last week or 2 weeks ago or whenever, etc." And once that report is made, and what if anything needs to be verified is verified, go ahead and make the change and fix the problem.
Yes, well, what I was trying to say,
Mhm.
Mayor Kingston assistant, so the Prime Minister needs to step in because not because the mayor is, belongs to the PNP party.
Mhm.
The Prime Minister needs to step in and assist the Mayor Kingston contribute because the Mayor Kingston have this new mayor have the mind to fix up downtown,
Mhm.
So the Prime Minister now need to step in now and contribute, man. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, we always need all hands on deck in a situation like this. It's not one person, but
Yeah?
many hands.
Yeah, so what I'm saying to you, you can't have the capital city look like that. The capital city is supposed to be the most sophisticated and the most prettiest and the most developed and cleanest place in Jamaica. That's supposed to be the main area of the island where all the government offices supposed to be and those things. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, one moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 4:30.
Tune in every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. for Your Legal Corner with Dana Walker Huntington, doing both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106 FM. It's your source of information regarding U.S. immigration matters. Come by with Power 106 FM's pioneer of diaspora broadcasting. Call in with your U.S. immigration queries and concerns on 876-922-41125 or send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598 and get the answers you need for your U.S. immigration questions. That's Your Legal Corner with Dana Walker Huntington, Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. during both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm, only on Power 106 FM.
Yes, sir. Thanks for holding.
Next point, you see?
Yes.
I hear people talking about England and this, that, and about England. Yeah, we're supposed to love England, you know? We're supposed to love England. And this opposition leader, in have English citizenship. Nothing wrong with that. England is supposed to be our friend. A lot of Jamaicans go to England and work, and them can be able to come back to Jamaica.
More than that, they have played a critical role in the development of the United Kingdom.
Yes, and a lot of Jamaicans go to England, come back, and they can be able to build nice house in Jamaica, in the Mandeville area and some other areas.
Yeah,
so England is our friend.
Yeah, so they help.
If Mark Walling did even ban England, he's supposed to have the right to be the Prime Minister of Jamaica, because England's supposed to be our best friend, because most institutions in Jamaica was built under the Queen. You understand? The Kingston Public Hospital was built under the Queen. The university.
That was 1776. That's when public hospital.
And most high school in Jamaica and college and those things was built under the Queen who leadership. You understand? PNP and GLP never really built nothing much, you know, like how when the English used to rule Jamaica, and then build most of the things that we is enjoying now. Most things that we enjoy now is the Queen of England built it in Jamaica. So we're supposed to love England. England's supposed to be our best friend. So if Mark Golden even ban England, yes or no, he's supposed to have the authority to be the Prime Minister.
No, we still have to pay attention to the Constitution. We couldn't throw away the Constitution like that. No. In other words, based on what you're saying now, that we need to be kind to them or kind to him, etc., etc., etc. Nothing wrong with showing hospitality, but you don't want to be in a situation where you are going to neglect the whatever is constitutionally correct in that moment, in that time, in that place.
Yes. But I wouldn't mind if Mark Walling turn the Prime Minister and turn Jamaica like England. Follow do everything what England do and bring it here. Bring it in Jamaica. You understand? Bring everything what England do in Jamaica. And that we want. And Jamaica will become a first world country. Because make downtown.
It sounds like you're dictating to Jamaica and Jamaicans. Hello?
What you would say?
It sounds like you're delivering dictation by saying you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that.
Because right now, you know, the way all Jamaica want now, you know, Jamaica want like some third world thing, you know. The leaders who want this country, you know, them not want the players good, man. Them want the players like some third world thing, you know. See, so I wouldn't mind if somebody can make Jamaica be like England, and we'll be third first world. You understand? You understand?
That would be the day.
Yeah, because even the train service that we used to have, as the British leadership carried the train service out here, you know. The British people carry the train service out here. And when we get independence, we shut down the train service. You understand?
No, that timeline is not accurate though. About when we get independence, we shut down the railway line.
After after a couple of years after we get independence, somewhere in the early 90s, we shut down the railway service in the early 90s.
In the early 90s, yes.
Yes.
Mm.
But still, after independence,
Okay.
We shut down the train service 1992, right?
No, it's the timing. It's the way you said it. That one thing following the other.
Well, I think exactly.
Mm.
Exactly the same time.
Mm.
27 years after we get, I want 30 years after we get independence. We shut down the damn train service.
Yeah.
Look how we have a train service out here, years upon years. And 30 years after we get independence, we can't deal with it. We can't deal with the train service. And we shut it down. Listen, man, I wouldn't mind if the King of England decides to take over back this country and put back this country what it used to be like. You know what I mean?
We get it. We get the point you're making.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Man, Jamaica need first word leaders, man.
Mm. Thank you for the call.
Yeah, man. Cool, yeah?
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's go to another of the calls, this time on the text line, same as the WhatsApp number. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing? How are you doing?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm good. I just wish, what can I do to get some of the patience that you have, sir?
You're very kind.
Yeah, because I just turned 44 2 months ago, and listening to that call of saying that we should be hugging up Britain and we should be glad for England and all of that, and I'm wondering if he's aware of what they put our people through with our slave trade and all of that. How, like I say, you're good, because when I know I couldn't be listening to somebody, although I was forced because I was waiting to call. But the main thing I want to talk about is I've heard other hosts on this radio talk about the whataboutism in response to when people from the JLP, or it sound like they're supporters of the JLP call. But I realize the PNP is doing the exact thing now. Several regular callers, I hear them, we're talking about, or the JLP is talking about, our concerned citizens are talking about whether Mark Golden, is eligible, yes or no. And it seems as if we don't have a right. And what they bring up, Andrew Owens needs to, make his declaration. No, and I want to ask you something, Mr. D, because I don't know. Is it that the Prime Minister needs to publish whatever he sent to whoever supposed to certify his declaration?
Well, there is it by law. There is a procedure where when you occupy certain positions, for the benefit of transparency and accountability, you are required to submit your, what do they call them again? Your
statutory declaration.
Thank you. A statutory declaration. And so it's been in a, what you could call it, a stalemate in between the commission, the Integrity Commission, and the Prime Minister, and this yearning to hear why it has taken now 3 years and counting for the Prime Minister to for the Prime Minister's declarations to be made public. So
I understand the whole settings, and thanks for even underscoring it. But I like to use analogies. We have a Bureau of Standards, correct?
Bureau of Standards, Jamaica, yes.
Right. If I come up with a recipe or whatever, and I say I want to sell this recipe, if I send it off to Bureau of Standard and they keep on saying, well, we can't certify it because we need it and we need that. Is it on me now to come and publish what I have sent over to Bureau of Standard to say, this is my recipe, whatever, or is it Bureau of Standard supposed to do what they're supposed to do? And then if I need to show whatever, then I show it. How does that go?
That sounds like a natural procedure, but apparently not necessarily how the existing system is designed.
Elaborate.
From the standpoint that on the face of it, it would seem that the system that is in place, the procedure, the protocol that is in place it makes sense. But the extent to which further action, it's going what's the term? Going all the way. There is some kind of there are certain shortcomings along that path, and there are individuals who, for whatever reason, appear on the face of it to be compromised for not going through the process, notwithstanding the information that we have had so far, which hasn't been a lot either.
Right. But what I'm driving at, Mr. Malcolm, if you would indulge me, is that my point of view is, I think it's not, because right now it's all like people are already accusing the Prime Minister of doing something wrong. And they have said constantly over and over, they ask for things, I send it off to them. No, I want to think that Mr. Holness have no obligation to publish the documents that he has sent over to the body that's supposed to clear him. Because let me answer such a question, because I don't really know.
I think I know where you're going. Go ahead.
When it is certified, is it that the commission publish the information submit to them, or they publish the certificate?
I'd have to double check that.
I want to assume that they submit. It's just like an application. You do the application, say you want a document, for example, a passport. I just took my son to get his passport. And because his mother is not with me, I had to get information or documentation from her to say she's giving permission consent. No, when I get back my son's passport, I am going to get back a passport. I'm not going to get back the document submitted to whoever is issuing the certificate.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So I think it's unfair, and I won't disrespect your program but calling name. But he's a politician, I think he should be able to call it. But I won't. Constantly beating this and saying, okay, the commission is whatever the term they use that they can't talk.
A gag order. Gag order.
Gag order. So the Prime Minister must come out and publish and give it to the public. And I think that is utter nonsense. That just don't make no sense. And yes, I don't want to sound like I'm supporting the cause for having the Prime Minister thing not declare. I have a problem with that. Just like now, let me move on to the next point. I have seen a person on Twitter asking, I think a year ago, if Mark Golden has dual citizenship, and it was ignored. And now I'm hearing PMP saying it doesn't matter, like the previous caller, if you're born in England or whatever. And I'm saying, if something is so wrong with people finding out, again, I'm going to use an analogy. If I know that somebody is a fraudster, a scammer, and their mother came over my house with a computer, and I see the information in the computer, and I send it out to the authority, would I be doing something bad? I wish it to create a good for the country. I would publish that a scammer is scamming. And then if we need to do something with the truth or with the facts, we'll move it to there. I'm saying that's on mumble jumble, but I'm saying I don't see where the passport kicker came out and said there was no breach. So why PMP and they're supposed to still saying Daryl Vaz breach Pika. And with saying that,
Yeah, because and people.
be careful, because when we do that, we're actually finger pointing.
All right.
Call it? Civil servants.
Hold on. We have to take a time check. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for the longest running religious calling program on Jamaican radio, The Prayer Line. Join Pastor Errol Hay and his team as they offer spiritual guidance and intercession grounded in biblical doctrine. Hear powerful testimonies from Jamaica and around the world. The Prayer Line, a source of support and inspiration in these trying times. That's The Prayer Line on Power 106 FM, Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Join us.
You shall live, declare the Lord. Amen. And you shall be a living testimony. You're on the Lord's side.
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Thanks for holding. Please continue.
Not a problem, Sir Malcolm. So back to the whole thing now I'm saying, and would I be wrong to say when I hear people say that there was a breach at Pika, what is the evidence? They don't have no evidence. Are they implicating civil servants in that breach?
I would imagine so.
And I think it's unfair. And I hear conveniently when they want to bash the government, and they say, oh, the police, them not do this. When they want to bash the authority, I don't know if I can recall, a couple of years ago, I was listening to Beyond the Headline on Friday night, that it broke that this lady was in Portland Hospital. I'm from Portland, by the way. And her granddaughter, who was a nurse, found maggots in her mouth. I don't know if you remember that story, but it was a big thing. And there were people blaming the Minister of Health. And I'm saying, how can you level that at the minister foot? That is unfair. So these people need to be careful, because by saying that there's a breach at Pika, they're saying that Pika staff colluded. And I think anybody believes that Daryl Vaz can just push a button into a computer and get access. They need to be careful of what they're saying. Stop it. And instead of somebody, I heard a caller saying Daryl Vaz must prove where we get the information. Those who are claiming that there was a breach at Pika, I think they're the one that need to prove it. Prove that there was a breach. And finally, Mr. Dervan, I must say this. I think I have dual citizenship, if there's such a thing. I have two passports. I can't see why the opposition, which is so needed, we saw the other day, even the DPP case, where to make a decision that the party wanted to make, just go and change the law and what was not. We need the opposition. I don't think somebody who has pledged allegiance to another country, Jamaica is a sovereign country, sovereign nation. I don't think somebody who has the ability, like we saw the other day, with the COVID issue. Because dual citizenship, if there was a case where Jamaica never get no vaccine, he could say, listen, I am going to the High Commission and flying out of the country, me and my family, to get something that there are some people that will live here can get. I believe that, and even MP, I think, should live in the constituency. So when there's a power cut or lack of water or road, they're experiencing it too. That's my point as a Jamaican still. I believe that, although maybe later on I want to run, I don't know, I'm going to change my mind. But I think the right thing to do is show Jamaica that you're all about Jamaica. What Mark should have done 4 years ago when they made him the president is renounce his citizenship. And instead of beating around the bush and And I heard that I hear Simon like to use pussy around the thing. Come clear and make we know. And I said this the other day to somebody, if Mark had done this a year ago, we wouldn't be talking about it today because everything that we need to know would have known, which is what? Some people now just learning about the Commonwealth and all of these things. So have you shared your opinion on it, Mr. Dervan? Because I want to hear your opinion. You think somebody who can get up and leave tomorrow morning should be in our parliament? And the Prime Minister said, and I disagree with him. Let me make sure I put that here. I don't think no MP should have dual citizenship. I know Senator. What's your take, Sir Dervan?
No, I like to think that I'm a law-abiding citizen and therefore will walk straight. So whatever the elements, whatever the features, whatever the arrangements, the policies that make me a proud Jamaican, that is where my focus has been and will forever be.
Exactly. I like how you put that, sir. You see, that's why we listen to you, sir, as we learn. So instead of saying, listen, man, and let me not say nothing, because next thing you're going to say, I did not say that. But I like how you put that a while ago. And I think that is where we should be. Now I hear PMP telling me that it doesn't matter where Mark was born, because now I don't know if you heard it. But people are now asking for him to show his birth certificate. And again, I think Mark put himself in this position, which PMP was saying that is Andrew only starting a distraction. Mark said it himself. We should be focusing on everything else other than what is the position right now. We have somebody who is the Prime Minister in waiting, John Pollock, like to use that term. And we don't know now if he was born in Jamaica or not. I watched a video with him saying, listen, I am a Jamaican because I was born here. And then he went straight to, yes, he got British citizenship from his dad. Why he did not say, I have a birth certificate? Somebody said something yesterday, I don't know if you know about it, Sir Malcolm. Was his parents diplomat to Jamaica when they came?
No, I don't have the wealth of information.
Okay. So like I said, I won't dwell on that because I don't know either. But somebody posted that his parents were diplomat. And if they were diplomat, that means he would have gotten a British birth registration, not a Jamaican. But all I'm saying is, if there's nothing there, why you can't just declare it? And why waited for so long and saying, no, what another trip to the man for Jamaica saying, oh, there are people telling him not to? To me, that doesn't sound like a leader. A leader would make a decision to say, okay, what is best for me and my country and all of that? I'm going to pray about it. When people say, I'm going to pray about it, it's like it's just a loophole that they want to get. It shouldn't be so hard. If he said Jamaican straight, he shouldn't have to choose to give it up.
Well, it certainly has provided a lot of fodder and a lot of cause for debates and discussions. And we are supposed to be more mature now as a population, as a people. And we trust that that maturity will shine through. Ultimately.
I trust you. You have faith that it will. I hear you, sir. I did some research on my about 3 years ago. I said to this Mr. Siaga thing. I didn't know that Mr. Siaga came to Jamaica at 3 months old. Because I grew up around me and the PMP and hear them bash and he shouldn't be. Again, the politician that I talk about is from Portland to want to be the MP next. And Mr. Colin Bell, you're supposed to know him. And he keep on saying Siaga should have never been the Prime Minister because of whatever. And I look into it and I said, a man that was born in a country, not by choice, because we don't choose which power born. He was born to Jamaican parents. He came to Jamaica 3 months after birth, lived his entire life. But the way all people hate him, and now I hear some people, even the media, which I disagree, they're saying the JLP should be mature and they shouldn't talk about birth and all of these things. They don't need the tip of that. No, we're human beings, Sir Dervan. And if you hurt me, I have a right, if I think you're in a position where I can bring it to say, look at this.
But it's also good to have debates and discussions and disagreements in a way that we're able to walk away without hurting anybody in any major way, I think.
I agree. And I think both sides, both the PNP and the JLP, they should look and take an example of this because, again, I'm saying it's not the same knife, but that cheap don't vote when it comes to the field. Whenever they do something and it's okay, because the amount of people now acting for Dervan on social media say it doesn't matter where it was born. And I'm like, but a couple years ago, it's the PMG, that was the big thing. My father Panya, my grandfather Panya, all of these kind of things and forth. Short, dark, and the jail. But like I say, I don't think it's right and you're right. We're not tick for that, but both parties need to look into it and say, listen, man, it's not everything you need to jump on and make it a big mountain because what? As people always say, a day in politics or a week in politics is a long time.
That's right. We don't want to wallow in the mud too much, if at all any. Please. It doesn't have to always end that way.
Clear and let us know. And I think you should publish it first. That would help.
We hear you.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Take care. Thanks for the call. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. This one says, hi. Whoa, we can't read all of this today. Hi, Dervan. Good afternoon. Enjoying your program as usual. Following up on the information you shared with us, read the Constitution. Please be reminded of Norman Manley's contribution in 1962. In addition to, well, we did talk about Norman Manley. In addition to playing a huge role in its drafting, it was he and Bustamante, and we did talk of Bustamante too, who took it to England for final approval. Thank you. Continue the good work. Thank you very much. You're welcome. And this one says, my USA visa expires more than 15 years ago, but I tried this year and got none. Got none. USA is a police state, and any 119 or 911 call could get you in trouble. Really? For USA visa holders traveling on a Jamaican passport, try not to overstay your time given by USA DHS immigration at the port of entry unless you have no intention to return to Jamaica until you acquire permanent residence there. Why? What's this now? Why ago on the radio, immigration lawyer said if you overstay in USA under 365 days, you face a mandatory 3-year bar, and if you overstay 365 days or more, you face a mandatory 10-year bar. If doubtful, call Nationwide Radio Immigration Corner Mondays 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and speak with the immigration lawyer. Well, we'll try to remember to save this message and share it with Delia Walker Huntington for your legal corner on both sides of the story. This one says, ask that gentleman about the PM statutory deduction not being declared over 3 years. Well, you weren't paying attention. We did ask. That did. And this one, question, was not Bustamante. Oops, wait, we're out of it. We're out of time. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for your support, interest, participation, listenership, and viewership. All things being well, both sides of the story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible. Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's news at 5.
Good afternoon, I am Dervan. Coming up in the news segment of Beyond the Headlines today, Tuesday, May 28, 2024. Tax administration Jamaica says it will cost taxpayers close to $1 billion to retrofit a leased property in Mandeville, Manchester, to provide services to the public. Police and military keeping a close watch on sections of Maxfield Avenue following a flare of gang violence. Government is set to receive a wireless disaster communication system from Japan in time for the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season. Police is searching for suspects behind the murder of a local footballer in West Kingston. In business news, Jamaican economy grew by an estimated 1.9% in the first quarter. The discussion segment of Beyond the Headlines with Earl Moxon comes up after the newscast.
Bye.